Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are now tuned in and listening to Unqualified Qualifications with me. It's the comedian VMAC, your host, and today I'm here with TwistedTasteTee.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm good, okay. And you, so let's get into it about your whole thing. Mm-hmm. You're originally from here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Correct.
All right. And you're into the mobile bar business. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what led you to the mobile bar business from being a Charlottean?
I worked in a restaurant when I was 18 and just kind of worked my way up and got to bartending and loved it. Got into healthcare, COVID hit, and while I wasn't working, I was like, I got to do something, just to make the extra money. So I actually started by selling the drink pouches and delivering them. Drink pouches. We're not selling drugs. No.
Selling the drinks.
The drink pouches, right. And it just kind of took off from there. Like, it went from drink pouches to pop-up shops. Pop-up shops were a hit every time. Mm-hmm. And somebody was like, you should start doing parties. And I was like, I don't really know. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of went from there. So 4 years later.
Here you are.
Here we are.
So how does the pouch game work? Like,
basically, I would just make up different recipes, put them like the little Capri Sun pouches, like the adult pouches, and put out, these are my flavors for the week. You order what you want. You come to me, I come to you. Mm-hmm. And that's how that is.
So when you're doing your mobile bartending, right? Mm-hmm. How is it hard for you to? Do the people choose what liquors they want, or do you bring your own?
So North Carolina is considered what we call a dry hire state, which means that if you book me, I cannot bring alcohol at all. Like, the client has to provide that. But I do give them the option. You can do like a set drink menu where it'll be like 3 to 4 drinks, or you can do an open bar menu. And typically I'll give them like an alcohol. Listen, you can just choose what you want, or tell me, like, what's your alcohol of choice, and I just do my own thing from there. Like, don't tell me no flavors, don't tell me nothing. Just tell me what alcohol you want, I got the rest.
So did you go to school for bartending, or you just progressed through the waitress? I
did not go to school for that. So I kind of just learned, like I said, from being in a restaurant. I did a couple of clubs back in the day, CIAA and All-Star. That year we had All-Star Weekend.
That was good.
And just kind of went from there, got my certification through tips. And that was pretty much it.
So how many mixed drinks do you know off the top of your head? Do you
like recipes or like
the
names
recipes,
of them?
The recipes.
Off the top of my head, a good 30 maybe.
So do you? So you when you talking to people, can you tell the difference between a pro drinker or an alcoholic, or can you tell a novice, somebody who just like, give me vodka?
Yeah, you can always tell. I don't know what I want. I like sweet stuff. It's always people that say I like sweet stuff that don't really know what they want, or just make me something. Are
they harder to deal with?
They can be. They can be. I think it's the pro drinkers, quote unquote, that might give you the hardest time. This don't taste like that. Last time I had this and it tasted like that, and it's like, listen.
They're just trying to have a conversation with you.
No, it's not a conversation. it's more so, you're trying to tell me how to do my job, and if that were the case, then you could be behind the bar, but.
So how did the building of the brand begin? Like, what was the first steps and everything that you went through to create your brand?
So of course the name, right? It took me about 6 months to come up with a name. I just could not, and it sounded crazy, but
6
it
months.
was like, yeah.
So how many names did you go through?
A few, because I wanted it to. So my name is Letitia, right? Tish for short, so that's where we get the T from. And I just wanted it to be something, like about me, and then kind of catchy. And I just could never think of like what words make it pop, and like that type of thing. So it started there, of course. And then it's like, like, who's my target audience? But when it comes to alcohol, of course, everybody is your target audience.
Everybody's a drunk.
Everybody's not a drunk.
I mean, they drink. Everybody drinks.
Right, everybody drinks. So just trying to figure that out, and like, knowing I don't want to do the candy stuff. No offense to nobody that does candy in their drinks. I can't.
You mean like putting actual candy?
Yeah, like the candy pieces, and every now and then you will get clients that like, I want candy, I want this, which is fine. Me personally,
yeah, I'm a Jack Coke, no ice.
Oh, you real? Okay.
Yeah, I'm real.
No, real plain. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want none of the extra stuff, because the extra stuff get me floored. I don't. Not saying like that. I like to drink that off throughout the whole night instead of just.
So you sticking to your one thing. Yeah, I got you. But like, it was just, my thing was like more of the fresh fruit, like the, like the aesthetics of everything. And so that's just kind of how it went.
So after the 6 months period of you creating your name, what was next?
Like I said, my target audience, figuring out what exactly.
What is your target audience?
I like more of the, I'm not going to say upscale type audience, but I'm going to say like realistic audience, like people, like I said, that don't want the crazy stuff. Like the dramatics of everything, I feel like less is more. And so like I said, if you want the smoke, we can do the smoke. However, there are health hazards that comes with the, the dry ice and the drinks. So I don't really like dealing with that.
What's the health issues?
You can't can only have it sitting for like 20 minutes before you have to throw it away. So you have to like drink your drink right then and there, just because of like the chemicals,
the residue.
Stuff. Yeah, and like even like in like serving it, you can't pick it up with your hands. So you have to have like tongs, like the thick gloves, and it's just a hazard.
It's like you're dealing with a hookah.
Yeah, hookah in the drink. People put alcohol in their hookahs now. So yeah, put a little, like add a little shot to the bottom in the water with the ice.
You're supposed to make it taste a little bit better.
Yeah, I guess if you do flavor alcohol, it'll make it taste a little.
I don't know nothing about it. I just a regular hookah.
Okay,
I'm basic.
I mean, there you go.
Call me
ain't nothing wrong being basic.
Yeah, it works out for us, right? It works out for me being a basic person.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Somebody can unbasic me. So what was? So your target audience now. So what was the learning curve? What happened that made you choose like, oh, I can't go this way route? You had to have
the
bad
difficulty,
moments.
yeah, the difficulties of it. Like people want this, and then it's like they have unrealistic expectations a lot of times. Like I want my drink to smoke the whole time I got it. No, that's not a thing. Or it's too sweet, it's making me sick. Okay, well I try to advise you when you add alcohol, like candy to like you already have purees, right? Like you get the strawberry puree, which is already tons of sugar, peach purees and stuff like that, and then you're adding candy to that. Like that's just not a good idea unless you 21, fresh out the game, and your stomach can handle it. Mine can't do that no more.
So what made you go mobile? And this is like, after the COVID and all that and the pouches, like, but what pushed you to like, was it somebody or you just like, what, I could do this?
There was somebody. We're not getting into that. But
they ain't a part of this movement no more. Whoever that person was.
But like once I got into it, it was like, you know what? Like this can actually be a thing, and like we just gonna keep it going. Like not just because it was COVID. Okay, COVID's over. So like, are you gonna stop? Are you gonna keep going? And it was like, no, we just gonna keep doing it.
So did the business tail down when COVID ended?
No.
It picked back up?
Because that's when the pop-up started being a thing. So my first pop-up was actually towards the end of COVID in 2020.
And where was it at?
It was in Camp North End at Dup and Swat. Shout out to Dion and Nina. But that was my first pop-up there. Like I said, that was the end of COVID, like once everything started opening back up. My second pop-up was my birthday,
which
2021. My birthday is March 7th. I'm a Pisces. Yeah. And when I say that was the biggest pop-up that I've had, and like that kind of like set the tone for the rest of them. And I couldn't tell you how or why it ended up being as big as it was, but
was it a birthday pop-up for you?
Yeah, it was a birthday.
That's how you promoted it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why everybody showed up.
I mean, yeah, but like I knew a lot of people there, but there was like more people that I didn't know there than people that I did know.
So what does marketing look like for you?
Marketing right now is, Instagram, Facebook. I'll go do like different networking events and stuff like that. I kind of dialed back from that because I've realized that I don't really like being around a bunch of people. It sounds weird, but like when I'm in my space, like in my zone, like working, like it's two different things. So I kind of scaled back from that, but I'm trying to get back into it.
So you're a marketer, not a networker.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But networking is a part of it. So it's kind of like you got to suck it up, and do that. So, So
so what's the business looking like now? Where are we going with it?
I I would like to expand. I do have a small team right now that works with me. You know, like if I have larger scale events or if I'm double booked, triple booked on a certain day, you know, I can send those out. But my next thing, I want to have like a true mobile service with like, I don't know if you've ever seen like the carts and like the horse.
Oh, you want to have a horse and carriage type thing? Okay.
You know,
So you want to pay? You want to pay carrot fees to the horses? You want to pay for?
Yeah, absolutely. Get a little water bucket out there, feed. Yeah, you can do that.
So we're gonna go up and down Charlotte with horses and drinks.
Absolutely.
So what is your biggest season?
Summertime, definitely. Spring, summer, it's always the biggest time. Everybody's outside. You know, everybody wants to be outside. Most of my events have been outside. I recently, last year, I did a concert, the Cultural Music Fest out at Route 29 Pavilion. And that is definitely the largest one that I've done. So I would like to, you know, continue that way. But, of course, you know, sticking to the norm, the weddings, corporate events, baby showers.
Do you prefer out or in?
Inside.
It's too hot out there, huh?
Right now it is, yeah.
So how many people do you have working your events with you?
Depending on how large it is. So my permanent team, I have 3. And then like I'll outsource, you know, just looking for other certified bartenders. There is a whole background check, application process, vetting process, because I need to make sure you know what you're doing, because, you know, it's still my name on it and you're not a permanent part.
And what are they actually doing? You're making the drinks, but they're just serving them?
No, I have them actually, like, they're actually making drinks.
So you just overseeing, like the supervisor?
Yeah, depending on the event.
Overseeing,
yes.
like she's a slave master, though.
Not
She's overseeing.
not the slave master, but I am supervising, absolutely. But no, like the concert, I did act like I jumped in and like helped them like at the same time. So I'm literally running from one end of the field, running to the other end of the field, because nobody wanted to get me a golf cart. I don't know why, but
A golf cart?
yeah, I want to be riding around the concert.
Why
too,
didn't they give you one?
Ivan, why didn't you give me a golf cart?
Yeah, that's a conversation for later.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that later.
I recently looked on your Facebook page and you was talking about transparency, right? So what was the situation that caused the transparency to become out, if you don't want to get into it? But how often are the people, your clients you deal with, don't actually come at you what they really want until it's too late?
It happens more times than not. I just think that if you ask to book, or if you're inquiring about booking somebody, right? You pay your deposit, this is what I want, blah, 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 and I'm giving you options, you know, and I'm asking what you want, I'm reaching out. You know, and I understand everybody's busy, but, you know, we're doing business, so, like, respond in a timely manner. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sorry, XYZ happened, blah, blah. I don't really need to know your business, but I just feel like the communication part of it. Then, you know, if you have an event, don't come the day before and be like, or the day of, hours before and be like, we're not doing it.
What?
Because at that point, you know, like I've secured my team if needed. You know what I'm saying? Like I've went and made all these mixes, because a lot of mixes I do make by hand. Just depending on the event, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I've gotten all this stuff, and then you're just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do it, or I changed my mind on this, changed my mind on that. That's not how that works. If I ask you the first time, the second time, or the third time, you know, let me know.
So when that happens, you keep the deposit, or
yes, deposits are non-refundable.
Okay, so the rest of the pay you just got to chalk up.
Exactly.
So that causes you a issue.
Yes.
So, wow, just the hours before, that's crazy. So how is it being a African American woman in your space? Is there multiple women in your space doing the same thing as you, or? Yeah,
the bartending business, I think, is saturated by women, which is not a bad thing. I think it's good that we have our own lane, you know, to navigate through, and we can work with each other, bounce ideas off of each other. Because my thing is, you know, what you do, I don't do, or what I do, you may not do. We may do the same thing, but we may just do it, you know, different ways. Your clientele is my clientele, so I don't really look at it, you know, like as a competition, how a lot of women, you know, would do.
Is it a competition between women, or do y'all share the information that build the brand with everybody?
I share the information. Why wouldn't I?
I'm talking about the other people, because you seem to be that person. But like, are the other people? Is it a?
I'll say this: the other mobile services that I have gone to for information absolutely will give it to me, and we'll bounce ideas, or I'll say, you know, matter of fact, a couple days ago, Ariel with Libations Mobile Bar. Love her. Love you, Ariel. But I was telling her, like, I feel like with Instagram, those algorithms are kicking my tail.
Explain how are they kicking your tail?
Cause it's like when you post, like one day you get 400 and 500 likes, all these comments, you know what I'm saying? Like your views shooting through the roof. And then the next day it's like, 3 likes in 5 hours.
So how do you work it? Like, how do you get the 4 to the 3? Like,
how
do you even get the initial 4?
I have no clue. That's the thing. It's like, and then it shows you it's always the same people for the most part, like on a regular basis. And it got to a point where I was telling her like, listen, I didn't Googled it. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm trying to find like what their guidelines are, what they say they think is the best time to post. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But she automatically was like, listen, like, I don't do that. I do it like this, I do it like that. And it's like, oh, okay. That makes sense. So I don't think like I said, who I've dealt with, it hasn't really been an issue like where they're like gatekeeping information.
So what's your best drink to make? That you drink? Like, this is me. This is the Twisted.
I'm a
special.
tequila drinker, but my yes, tequila.
I only could drink tequila. Something gonna happen.
No, that's not how that works.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
you. But my signature drink is called a pinup. And it is actually, look, women businesses. It actually was inspired by one of my friends who had a clothing line. And she was like one of the first people that was like, hey, I like this, blah, blah, blah. It was just me trying to come up with different stuff that I thought people would like. And so I'll go ahead and give you the basics of the drink. It's tequila. It does have Crown in it. A little bit of peach schnapps, and then some other stuff. So it's like a margarita, but it's just like my own twist on a margarita. Hence, Twisted Taste.
Twisted Taste in the place to be.
Yeah.
So, as a businesswoman here in Charlotte, have you been outside of the city, or just local?
I've been outside of the city. I just came back from Wilmington actually this past weekend.
And how does that
doing
look?
A baby shower.
That was the video
that you were talking about. Well, I don't know. Well, I had 2 baby showers. So was it the one in the blue that you were looking at? Yes, that was her baby shower.
So how does it look for you to travel? Like, is that more what you're looking for to do in the future?
I would like to, within reason, of course. I still work full time with the business, so like I definitely think it was a good thing. Like, I've never been to Wilmington before, and so when she was like, I need like a bartender in Wilmington, I was like, I'm coming. Like, and the young lady that booked me, I actually had bartender her baby shower last summer, and then she needed another bartender back in her hometown. So I was like, look at God. Like I just said, I ain't never been to Wilmington.
There you go.
Here we go.
So what is the mindset? I'm going to take you back to when you were bartending, and you still are currently doing the same thing. What is the mindset of the bartender when it comes to clientele? Like when they're approaching you, what is your mindset?
I think everybody's first instinct is, let's get this money.
Yeah.
That's always the end goal. But just kind of, talking yourself through, because, once people get a little bit of alcohol in their system, they turn into a completely different person. So for me, it's like, watch your facial expressions. Don't do this. Because I know me. My face is going to tell you before I do. So it's just like, watch your facial expressions, And then in the back of my mind, it's, once you get those clients that come up and, they're really nice, like, try to remember what drink they have. Like, especially if they're visiting the bar, like, multiple times. And so you kind of create that relationship and that rapport with them. They walk up to the bar, I already know what you want. I got you. That's just more so my thing. And then just, I think, trying to make each event special for each person. Like, I don't want my clients to feel like you're just one of many, like each individual event, like I want you to feel like you're my only client at that time. So it's just more of a customer service thing, I think.
Okay. So what's the wildest thing you've seen as a bartender throughout the system?
Wildest thing that I've seen. I did a pool party and they had the idea to go skinny dipping. And I was like, are y'all really about to do that? It was like, yeah.
So was they pulling up to the bar naked?
No. You got to put your clothes on before you come over here, because I don't... Put a towel on at least. I don't want to see all that. But, yeah, that might be the craziest thing.
So how do you handle a person that has been drinking too much?
You cut them off. I think it's the way you do it. Listen, you've had a couple within this time frame. Legally, I can't give this to you.
So it's a certain amount of drinks per hour or something?
It's not a certain amount of drinks per hour. It's more so keeping an eye on them and watching like how their mood changes, like just stuff like that. And so if you start noticing like, they slurring their words or they stumbling a little bit, eyes get a little hazy, just get a little out of proportion. Hey, here goes some water. Sit down, let's drink this. We'll revisit it in a little bit. Or, eat some French fries.
You gotta do something.
Yeah, go rest your food, soak it up, sit down for a minute. But yeah, I mean, and you will get pushback. I've been cussed out for cutting people off, and and it's like at the end of the day, like I'm not going to jail for you. Jailhouse orange is not a cute color on me.
You're too old for that bunk.
Too old for that. Like this my license. It's my business. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time. So you can be mad, but you can be mad over there with this water in your hand.
Has the state ever popped up on you when you was doing something?
No, actually, they have not. They haven't.
That's interesting.
They do with private events, and the way it works as far as like the permits and stuff like that. They'll threaten it. Like I've had events where it was very hard to get that permit. Like they were just being so rude. You got to ask CMPD about that. I don't know.
So it goes to the CMPD, but they pick and choose how they give it to you?
No, they don't pick and choose. So the way it works, if you're just having like a birthday party, you're not charging for alcohol. That's no problem. Like that permit's like $25 sent to you within like 3 days. But if you want to do like a ticketed event, you're doing a cash bar, it has to go through like, you have to have like a nonprofit. It has to be all these requirements or whatever.
So you're a nonprofit?
I am connected with a nonprofit. Okay. Yes. And then you have to take the paperwork down to CMPD. They assign it to a detective. The detective goes out to the place and they call you and they ask you all these questions, and it's a headache.
Every
100%.
time?
Yeah, when you want to do ticketed events. They're like looking online to make, to see what you're selling it for. They want to see if what you put in the paperwork is going to match. They want to go look at the venue before they sign off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that deep. Well, obviously it is because you're dealing with alcohol and they always want to tax something.
Yeah.
So now you're stepping into the realm of teaching.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And what set you up to go that route?
I have friends that have always been, you got to teach me how to bartend. Like, I don't know how to do this. Drinks be good. Like, teach me how to do it. And so one day as I was trying to do a permit for an event, I came across an education tab. And I'm just being nosy, so I click it, and it's like, hey, basically saying like if you want to do your own type of thing, these are requirements. And I text one of my friends was like, hey, I found this tab. Like I wasn't even really looking for it, and they were like, just go for it. Like you were talking about doing it anyway. So I did, and it took about 6 months.
You had to go through classes?
No, I didn't have to go through classes. You email them, let them know what you're trying to do. They send you like this whole outline of like alcohol laws, and it's telling you like what you basically have to have in your course education or whatever. And then you do that, you make a test, and then they send the test with the answers to it. You got to have your certificate made, send the certificate off to them, and they read through your entire course education, and they have you go back and do revisions. So it's more so the revisions, and then they respond when they want to respond, of course.
Of course. You're dealing with Charlotte.
Exactly. Well, no, you're dealing with Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh. Everything runs through Raleigh.
Right.
Just ask the DMV.
Right.
So how many people you got coming up in your next class? This is your first one?
This will be my first class.
Congratulations.
Yes.
How many people you got coming?
So I'm only doing 15 slots a class because I don't want it to be overcrowded. I want each person to be able to learn and, pay attention and get, like the extra help they need, during the course.
And how long is the class?
Classes are about 5 to 6 hours.
How many classes in general?
I'm going to do them every other week. So it'll be every other weekend. And then moving forward, I want to start doing like a weekday option, but that's just kind of...
It doesn't go with your schedule.
It does. It's just more so I just want to see what the volume is going to be like with the weekend classes. And then school's getting ready to start too. And so, that's a little bit harder. So
yeah. So congratulations on the growth.
Thank you.
And so... what's the thing that you would tell an up-and-coming person that's trying to do mobile business, bartending, all that? Like, what are the basics that you will let them know?
First, like, make it your own. Have fun with it. Like, it's not an uptight industry at all. I think if you focus on, like I said, like your target audience, like what do you want your drinks to look like? What do you want them to taste like? Like I think that's the most important thing. And just go with it. And then like don't feel like you have to perfect it before you launch it. Like I feel like put it out there, what you have, and then perfect it as you go along. Because you're not going to always get everything right the first time. I didn't get everything right the first time.
Yeah. Well, you're 4 years in the game.
So yeah, I mean, just go along with it. And, if you need help, like I just ask, like don't be scared to ask. The worst you can get is a no, but Google is your best friend. If nobody else is willing to help.
And how do you choose your drink prices?
As far as
like the cost. So if I come to just in general, like so if I'm rolling up to the bar wherever it is and be like, this is how much it is. Because like some places got the same drink, 2 different prices.
Well, so I don't charge per drink. It would be the client pays me one set price.
Oh, you
to
just
serve
it.
the alcohol, right, to make the drinks. So that pricing is based on, again, which package you want. If you want the basic package, it's going to be 3 signature drinks. If you want a premium package, it's going to be an open bar concept, and then you add on little additions to make it more appealing. So I'll add in like a personalized acrylic menu that like the little cute menus that have all the drink names. And then I have a mobile bar set up that's included in the premium package. Basic package, that's not included. That's a little extra if you want to do that.
Okay.
But
so building your brand, that's Twisted Taste by Tea. Twisted Taste by Tea. I'm drunk off of the knowledge I'm getting over here. Fix your face. So you drunk. I'm just
See, are you sure?
I don't know what's going on. So Twisted Taste by Tea has built a brand throughout this whole North Carolina, right? So how would you let other people know how to build their own brand? Like, would you think about teaching brand building?
I don't think I'm there yet.
Why not?
One thing at a time. Because I just feel like I want to get done what I want to get done first to continue building my brand. I still feel like I'm building it. So I feel like once I'm in a good place, then I can give you pointers along the way, but I can't tell you everything to do because I don't quite know.
So what was the hardest part about building the whole thing?
Just getting it out there, I think. Like I said, like I could talk to you all day long, but like having to be in crowds all the time and then repeating stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I love to meet new people. I want to know what you're doing. How can we work together? How can we create this whole, how can we do this whole collaboration, to make it work? But sometimes I be like, listen, not today. I don't feel like it.
How many? No. You just not today.
Yeah, not today.
You can't be like that to build a brand.
I understand, but listen, my mental health is.
Well, a lot of people don't believe in that, especially dealing with drinks and stuff. You have to have a strong mental.
You do have to have a strong mental, which is why every now and then I'm gonna need my break from y'all, so that I can recuperate, regroup, and then I can be the service provider that you need.
Have you seen bartenders fall to the alcohol?
Have I seen them fall to the alcohol?
They serving it, but then they start drinking it and just crash. Like they just become alcoholics. Then
no, not never.
No, I'm not saying it like that. Like they get caught up.
No, not to the extent. Like now, every now and then, like even like back working like in the restaurants and stuff, you would have your regulars to come in, take a shot with me real quick. No, don't do that.
Why shouldn't they do that?
Because first of all, why would you drink on the job?
I'm just asking.
First and foremost,
it seems like that's what all bartenders do.
No comment. Next
no,
question.
we need the comment. You're no longer bartender, so it's no bosses over you.
No, I mean they do, and I think that managers know that their bartenders are doing it as well, but it's not a smart thing to do. Of course.
Have you ever been in the situations where the bar tried to pay you in liquor? Because I used to do security, and they'd be like, "Well, we ain't making no money today. Here's a bottle."
Absolutely, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta find my money some kind of way. But cut down them trees in the back, print it out. I don't know what you got to do, but that alcohol can't do nothing for me.
Damn. Well, I wouldn't like that. I was like, just give me the damn bottle, call it the evening.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I was doing at strip clubs.
See.
And nobody showed up. They was travel strippers coming to the bar.
Yeah. What club was that?
In Ohio.
Oh, that's why.
Charlotte don't like Ohio. God damn.
And that's why.
All right, so your business is booming, everything like that. And you said the next thing you want to do is start your own horse and carriage alcohol business. So you don't want to
like that.
I'm just saying, it's what it is.
Carriage.
Should try to get the bus. Why don't you get a bus?
Well, I thought of like a food truck concept. I ain't gonna put it all the way out there.
We don't want because somebody will steal your idea.
No. Listen, you know how many? No, I don't care about that. But I had a whole concept behind it, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like the little horse carriage thing, but.
Yeah, because they got the drunk buses. They got the
I know the
little
pedal thing, right? Yeah, who wants to pedal and be drunk at the same time?
Not us.
Absolutely not us, but some of us be out there doing it too.
With our feet up while they pedaling. Yeah, get us there. Drinking on that straw.
Yeah.
So did the COVID prices change the liquor prices cause an effect on your business?
Mm-mm.
So liquor. No, I'm talking about the buying of the product, like because like food went up.
Yeah, and I think that's for no reason. Like
they just giving back their stimulus money.
Exactly, but you have more than gotten it back by now. So
alcohol prices didn't raise at all.
They did, but I don't think as bad.
So it was,
and if it has, like I haven't really paid attention because again, I don't necessarily have to buy the alcohol, unless like you're ordering like like a mixed drink like for your event. But I gotta buy it either way, so it's kind of like one of those things where I don't really pay attention. That sounds bad, but
it's true.
I don't really pay attention
because you just got prices.
I gotta have it either way. I gotta have it either way.
Yeah. So what's the biggest fun that you done had in this whole career of yours?
The most fun I've had.
The biggest, besides you said you did the PMC, right?
The Route 29, the concert.
So what was like the biggest? Was that your big moment? Like I did that.
Yes, absolutely.
And what was the feeling of it? Like when it was done, besides being tired?
Because listen, I was in the bed for like 2 days after that.
Getting her mental health together.
And my stress back. You know what? That's not funny. The biggest, it really was like I did it. And my right hand person is my best friend. Hi,
best friend.
Hey, Nick. That's like my go-to. Like, listen, I can't do it. I need some help. Like, I don't even know if she remembered this, but like literally we were talking about it because we did the VIP part of the concert. So we were up at the front and I was like, oh my God, like I really did this, like you were right here, like with me. Like I literally started crying, like in the middle of like bartending, like in between people come up to the bar, like I'm crying because I'm like,
you was overwhelmed
I was overwhelmed. I was, I was excited. I was happy because I had never done like an event that big. You know what I'm saying? There was almost 2,000 people out there.
So how did you feel when you got the bid?
I didn't know what to do. And I reached out to Ivan just because I had seen a flyer for it and was like, hey, do you need an alcohol vendor? I was trying to go out there with pouches. I wasn't trying to
pull up.
Right. I'm trying to go just sell some pouches. And he was like, no, like I think I have actually something bigger than that for you. And I was like, okay, what? He's like, I need an actual alcohol like business, like, to serve like for them. And I was like, okay. I ain't tell him that. He know now, but I was like, yeah, I can do it. Like, let's do it.
But you were second guessing yourself.
Absolutely. Like from that moment. So I think I spoke to him. I was in Raleigh at the time, so it had to be around February, March, is when we set this whole thing up. This was last year.
2024.
2023.
2023.
Ooh. And the concert was it was Father's Day last year.
Who was performing?
It was Dougie Fresh. Who else did we have? I want to say Sunshine Anderson. And there was a few other people. It was like Case and EU's on the lineup. Oh, you know what? I don't think EU wasn't there because we had to reschedule it, so they didn't come to the new date. But it was like it's like an old school type concert. Yeah. Not old school, but
80s, 90s. Let's get it.
Yeah. It was that type of concept. And it was, I was like, okay.
So when you showed up and you see how many people, that's when it hit?
Well, we knew how many people beforehand because, of course, you got to buy all your mixes. And that's another thing. Like, now I'm responsible for all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having to get bar setups.
So how many bar setups how many stations did you
I had 1, 2, 3. We did 4 bar stations for it.
How many people per station?
There were 8 per station, and then I had 3 bar backs, 2 or 3 bar backs. So now, like I'm paying these people, like I'm responsible for y'all. I'm having to get y'all shirts. I got to get all these mixes and, everything. And that part of it, it was a little overwhelming because it's like, okay, I got this many people, but I don't really know how much I can drink because it's hot outside.
Yeah.
They still drinking the heat.
So at what moment did you realize I got to jump in and do this myself? Would you?
Well, that was always the plan, was for me, like, be on the floor because I just didn't know how it was going to go. And then just do what I got to do. And then, y'all need me over here with this. Okay, hold it down. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm coming right back.
And you broke down crying.
And then I did. Listen,
it's better out than in, baby. You got to let it go.
I know. I'm such a crybaby sometimes. But
that was tears of joy.
It was. It
wasn't
was.
like you was crying because your cat got hit by a car or something.
Well, I don't have a cat. But
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I know some old ladies who got cats.
Well, I ain't there yet, so. And I probably won't be the old lady with the cat, but yeah.
So after that, did your business boom because of that event? Did people?
I definitely think it picked. Yeah, I definitely think it picked up. One thing, of course, everybody had the shirts like with my company name on the front. But my thing too was, even though I'm promoting like my company, each person also might have had their own side hustle. So on the back, they had their own like handles.
That's dope.
On the back. Cause like y'all out here helping me. So, like we're gonna get y'all right too.
Yeah, everybody's a billboard now.
Exactly. Why not?
So the business boomed after that. And then what was after that? What was popping next?
What did I have after that? My next bigger event was a rooftop brunch day party that I did with a group of guys that are from Charlotte. And that was about, I think that they may have done about 250 people. It's pretty cool.
So what's the amount that you won't come out the house for?
Of people? 10.
It's got to be 20 or more or 10 or more?
50 or more.
50.
Really, but I can work with you. So if you talking about it's a thing of 10, then we're going to have to make some adjustments and say, y'all want to do like a cocktail class or something? Or you want me to come and teach you how to do this yourself? I do cocktail classes too. We'll do like a cute little girls' night in.
Oh, wow.
Teach you how to teach. Yeah.
I didn't know. So you teaching people how to mix and you making cocktails?
Yeah.
So you're a teacher now.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
See, I don't know yet. I haven't had the class, so
you teaching cocktails?
Yeah, but like it's a different vibe. It's a different atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like me teaching y'all how to make cocktails, as opposed to literally teaching state laws to somebody and teaching you how to free pour liquor and you know what I'm saying, how to actually make multiple drinks at one time and being able to do it under a certain time limit. That's completely different than we all in here laughing, joking. Take a shot because you over acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's more fun.
So just give it to me for free. You probably don't want to. But so what's the percentage of alcohol that's supposed to be per drink?
So a shot is 1.5 ounces. That's public knowledge. Shot is 1.5. So the most you can have in a drink is supposed to be 3 ounces. Some people go over, they ain't supposed to, or they just don't know it. But
and that's the company, whoever the bartender, whoever the bar runs the bar, they losing money because of the pour.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why you'll see people with like I don't know if you've seen like the little systems with like the little string attached and you got stick it on, that little thing, or you have like the pour spouts that automatically stop, like the little ball and it'll stop the liquor, and you can set those to like where you want it, like the ounce size.
So can you free do it without? Yeah, you already know.
We counting, we flicking wrists, we dipping and flipping. Yeah.
Damn, you got tricks too with the bottles. You get to that level yet?
So Friday is crazy that you asked me that. Fridays we actually used to do a bar competition every year, and you had to learn how to flare. Now if I could still do it, I don't know.
Have you ever won one?
I went to the finals.
Look at you. She made it to the championship game.
No, not the no championships from like China or something.
You was in the finals here. You was in the playoffs and you made it to the championship game in Charlotte.
Yeah. And so that whole thing is like.
What was your trick? Your shut down this.
Jeez, I don't remember.
You stoned it behind your back.
You know what? Teeth? No, I actually built a alcohol waterfall. If that makes sense. So it's like I had shot glasses and they were stacked up into like a little pyramid type shape. And then at the very top, you have like a martini glass and you just pour over and then the alcohol just flows out into like all the different cups.
Did you catch it on fire and drop the mic and walk away?
Nah, I can't. No, I wouldn't do it. I can't. I couldn't pay for it if it's something else that caught on fire.
So how many years were you doing the competition?
Well, you had to do it every year. It was an every year thing because it was a charity event, so we did it every year.
So do you still got it?
I might. You gotta give me a little practice, a little time.
Well, you about to start teaching. You better start teaching the flare.
They not learning that. They don't learn how to flare yet.
That's the advanced classes.
Yeah, you come back after you get your feet wet, you memorize some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing it by yourself.
So, like as a comedian, they say 5 years, 10 years, you learn your comic voice, right? Mm-hmm. So, how many years should you bartend before you realize who you are as a bartender, and what is it that you're looking for to be like?
I don't necessarily know if it takes years. So we'll say like 1 to 2.
1 to 2 years.
1 to 2 years, because I still think that bartending itself is based on it's a personality based thing, and I feel like if you click in with your clients, you know what I'm saying, and everybody's excited, because I feel like you can make the worst drinks in the world, but if your client likes you, then does it really matter? I mean, it matters, but do it really matter? Because listen, I've worked with some people where they'll be like, here, I make this drink, taste this, and I'll be like, but people love them and they want them to make their drinks.
But what's considered a bad drink?
If it's if the flavors are off. So I feel like if it's too sour, if it's too sweet, there's a difference. So like a rum punch, I'll use this for an example. You can't use Bacardi for a rum punch. You have to use a spiced rum, Myers or like a Bacardi spiced or something like that. There's no reason for you to use a white rum, unless it's the Malibu coconut, of course, to give you a coconut flavor. But as your main rum base, it should never be Bacardi, and you can tell the difference when you do it. So I've had people make a rum punch and they use Bacardi, and I'm looking at them like,
but your palate can pick it up. Most people can't.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. Like you over here making these, right? But they don't know, and they might know. You don't. I mean, you never know what people actually know. But again, I like you that much that I'm gonna overlook it because you gave me bomb customer service, or you know what I'm saying.
But do you ever? That's a good question I'm gonna ask you. So when you out as a patron at these places. Do you break it down to them like, yo?
Sometimes. Or I might question. It depends.
And then they start talking crazy to you, but they don't know who you are, right? Because sometimes bartenders get snappy, like, this is how I make it, right? Or whatever. So how do you confront the people? Not confront, be like, what is this? Give me an example of a moment. Give me an example of a moment that you had to let somebody know, like, ooh, baby.
I'll probably say I had I just went to this place in Gastonia.
Oh, in the gas house. Of course, the whole shit fucked up.
And I asked for a watermelon mojito. And I was like, hey, my thing is mojitos. This is my thing. Mojitos are made with club soda. I don't want no club soda. I want Sprite. Because I feel like it's a different situation. And so I said, well, can I not have the club soda? Can I have Sprite instead? She was like, yeah, sure. Brings it to me. First of all, there's 1 mint leaf in here. Why? There's 1 lime slice. Why? And why is it not muddled? Why did you give me all this watermelon puree when you should have used watermelon schnapps? And why is my drink not carbonated? It's just stuff like that.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I can see.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you. So, I know. But the restaurant was, all drinks are final sale. Like, you can't send them back. And so I asked, like, hey, was this done like this? And of course the server, she looking at me like, lady, I don't know, but can you go ask? Because listen, this ain't it. So it's like, okay, well, can you bring me this? Can you bring me that? Can you bring me this? And I'm just fixing myself.
Did you?
Yes. Bring me some Sprite. Bring me some more sour mix. Bring me a couple more mint leaves.
And the bartender over there looking hot.
I don't care. They should have trained you.
Damn. You should have gave her a card to come to the class.
I probably should have.
That's what you need to start doing. When you get bad drinks, instead of tipping them.
No, you still got to tip them. You can't do that.
Listen,
you can't do that.
You know what my aunt used to do to bad people who made food? She left a penny. If the service was bad, she left a penny. And I get it. You're not supposed to. But if your service is trash, she's not just going to walk away and leave you. She's going to give you a penny and let you know that's what it was worth. That's
very true. I actually was like telling a girl, I was at, where were we at? Queen Park Social. I had just left an event, and I went to go meet my friends for like a burger because I was starving. I was outside all day. And we were just talking to the bartender, like, hey, like, are you licensed? You know, like, because my friend's husband, he loved to just sit and talk and just, yeah.
It's a conversationist.
And it's more than that. He gonna know who I'm talking about, but he'll be all right. But, and he was like, look, like, she'll know what she's doing. She not licensed. You should tell her, like, take the class. But she admitted it. She was like, yeah, like, I'm not, like, I don't know the state laws down here. I'm not from here. Like, I don't know what's supposed to be what. Like, I'll run to the back and go Google stuff on my phone. And they let you work back here?
Yeah. But that could be.
That's crazy to me.
Because they did. They probably wanted a cute face behind the bar.
I mean, yeah, but I still feel like that's what your training is for. You know what I'm saying? And it may be because I'm spoiled by Fridays because literally, like, they wasn't letting you on nobody's bartending floor until you knew what you was doing. Like, before you came in for your shift, you had to show them that you knew what your free pours were. You free pouring before you even step foot behind that bar.
The first time or every time?
Every shift.
Whoa.
Every shift.
Wow.
Go get your bottle. Come on, let's do your free pours. Yeah.
So explain what a free pour is.
Free pour is when you're pouring the alcohol, like your count. So like a quarter of an ounce is a 1 count. A half ounce is a 2 count. 3/4 is a 3 count. A full ounce is a 4 count. So they have this little contraption, like these little tubes, and it's inside of this little box, and they turn it around so you can't see. And they'll say, pour this amount, pour that amount. And then they'll turn it around and show you, like, if you were, like, how far off or on you were.
And what's the percentages off you could be?
Within, like, 1/4 of an ounce, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to start carrying around your class cards and handing out to the bartenders in Charlotte.
I know. Well, that's my next step. Once I get, like, my feet wet with the actual class, I want to start going to, like, these restaurants and bars and being like, hey, are your people licensed? You know what I'm saying? Do they know how to free pour? Let me come in and, you know, and teach your people, because now ABC does offer a class where they're coming to your establishment and go over stuff, but they don't teach you, like, the actual logistics of it. Like, they're just saying, you can't do this, you can't serve this person that, you can't do that. And you sitting and they're literally reading it to you from a screen. What is that going to do for anybody? So, like, my thing is, and I get it, go the free route, but who going to actually show your people, you know what I'm saying, how to pour? Because that's losing you money.
And your business is hands-on, not staring at a screen.
Exactly.
Well, I feel you. So the name of the show is Unqualified Qualifications. We probably already went over the moment in your life, but outside of the moment at the big concert, when have you feel like the world thought that you was unqualified when you believed that you were?
Ooh. When has the world felt like I was unqualified? I would say, like, in my work life. So I work for Atrium full time. Just coming in and people are saying, you know, well, you can't handle this workload, you can't do this, and it's like, all right, I got you. So there was a time at my job where on my team everybody had left and it was down to me and one other girl, and they were like, nah, like, we might as well go ahead and, you know, just chalk it up. And we was like, nah, we got this. Wipe them out, like, you know, like, now what? You know, and I think more so is because it was more of them than it was us. And, you know, that's how the office, and, you know, that's just kind of how that goes. But, you know, I'm going to show you better, I can tell you.
And you did, correct?
And, yeah, and when I left, it was like, no, don't go. Oh, no, goodbye. I'll see y'all later. I'm going home.
All right. Well, 2 more questions before we get up out of here. What would you tell the old you in the beginning of starting all this, starting to run from restaurants?
Keep going. Like, it's more out there that you haven't seen, and it's stuff that you haven't even experienced yet in the business. So, like, just keep going and keep an open mind. Yeah. And
what would you tell an up and coming person in the business and as far as bartending is all?
Same thing, but I think more so, like, stay true to yourself. You know, like, don't look at what somebody else is doing and make you feel like you're not doing enough, or, you know, like, they're getting more business than you, or, you know, they're far along, because you don't know what they had to go through to get to where they are. It very well could have been they met one client and it just took off, but like your journey is your journey. Like you can't be paying attention to somebody else's lane and not your own, because you're gonna crash.
Fast too.
Real fast.
All right, look at the camera. Give them all your socials.
All right. My Instagram is twisted_taste_by_T. On Facebook as TwistedTasteTee. And my website, TwistedTasteByT.com.
Thank you for coming out. It's been a pleasure.
Of course.
All right, everybody, be great and enjoy your rest of your day. And thank you for listening to Unqualified Qualifications. Peace.
It's Bash on the beat.
Line up, line up, line up.